welcome. We are back. The streams are back. And what better way to kick off the live stream roadshow by sitting back, having a free and easy night, chatting amongst friends. Hello, welcome everybody. I'm Mitch and this is Unseen Universe. That's right folks, we are back and we're just going to chill tonight. We're just going to relax. We've got a couple of friends on. We've got all you lovely friends in the chattersphere. Hopefully, maybe one or two, we might have a couple of surprise guests. Who knows, if you guys in the chat want to come along, then you are more than welcome. But we've got 4 guys all coming on tonight, hopefully, and we're just going to have a chit chat about what we're all getting up to, what's all happening behind the scenes, what projects we've got going, and if you aren't, even if you just keep the odd invert or two, tell us about that too. It's all good. We're all friends here and we just want to know what's going on. But first, before we get into all that, it's time to bring on my right-hand man, my partner in crime. He's here helping me, helping you, helping everybody. It's Gavalo from Impossible Invert!
Hey up.
How's it going, dude?
Yeah, not bad.
Good. It's good to see you, my friends. Good to see you. We are back, man. We're back.
We're back. It's been too long. Way too long.
It's been too long, isn't it? It's been too long.
Yeah.
It's been way too long. But you know what? I've been away. I've had a nice, lovely holiday. Although, to be honest, I'm ready for another holiday because I've been stressed as hell. Coming back, I've done nothing but working flat out in the bug room, trying to catch up with everything. I'm been overwhelmed with orders, but it's all good. It's all good. We've got the orders sorted out the door, and I'm still catching up, but more about that later. So, what have you been up to, Gav?
Mr. Maker.
Gav's been Mr. Maker. He's been doing his usual magic and tomfoolery in his little shed, garage, whatever.
I haven't been in the shed.
He's not been in the shed.
It's been painting work.
It's just been painting and stuff. Look at that. We'll have a look. We'll have a little look at some more of that stuff later, I reckon. I've got nothing creative to show you, but I'm too busy working to sit there painting. You know what I mean? Having fun. Now, Gav, it's good to see you, my friend. Obviously, I've not seen you apart from we've had a few chats and stuff, but I haven't seen you for a week or so. But I know you're going to be back here in the shed because stuff's relying on you, man. Stuff's in here.
Things need doing.
But anyway, we'll catch up with all that later. We've had this little chat. So anyway, welcome everybody. Sorry, me and Gav just kind of went down our own little pathway a little bit there, didn't we?
Let's start bobbing some people up.
Yeah, let's see who we've got. And before we bring on our guests, we'll have a quick chat with everyone in the house. We've got Greg from 8 Legs 4 Wheels. How you doing, Greg? I love Greg. Greg is everywhere, isn't he? He's like in and out. We'll talk about how awesome Greg is in a minute. But how you doing, Greg? Good to see you, my friend. Lovable Spoods. How's it going, Sophie? You all right, my friend? Stephanie, Hall Monitor. How's it going, Steph? Good. I hope everyone is all right. Who else we got? We've got Peter, Invert Laws. It's Peter in the house. How's it going, my friend? I spoke to Peter earlier. I did invite Peter on, but he says his room is a shit tip, basically. So, but Peter, I hope you're feeling well, my friend. I hope you're feeling better. It's our Claire, Runa Exotics. Obviously, we've got Claire coming on a little bit very, very soon. RS Design 90. Hey everyone. Right, that's a new one, right, Gav? I don't recognise that. RS Design.
Yeah, I don't recognise that.
Welcome. RS Design 90. Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you've been here before, but you've just been like watching from behind the sofa and stuff like that, then thank you for saying hi. Welcome. If it's your first time here, thank you so much. And I'm glad you've plucked up the courage to say hi in the chat. I'll tell you what, though, we like the names, don't we, Gav? We like to get to know. We've got a nice little kind of like, we've got a nice little haven, safe haven of friendly atmosphere going on here. So if you want to tell us your name, then that is perfectly fine. If you don't, then that is perfectly fine too. But we would like to put a name to the handle. That would be cool.
They might work for MI6.
They might work for MI6. You never know. You never know. So yeah, who knows? You ain't seen me, right? Sticking with the fast show theme there. Those of you,
jazz.
Nice. If you know, you know. If you don't, it doesn't matter. But anyway, Tim's in the house. I think I saw Shona a minute ago. Sorry, Shona. I think I missed you. Welcome, Shona. I haven't seen you for a little while. Tim's in the house. How's it going? Is he? How many JDs are you on tonight, Tim? I know it's a school night, but I know it doesn't stop. I know it doesn't stop you, man. The Spectrum Theatre. Who is that? Oh my goodness. Could that be? I don't know who that is. Spectrum Theatre. How you doing, Spectrum Theatre? That is another new name, I think, in the house. So that is really, really cool. Welcome. It's Luke. Luke. Do I know Luke? I feel like I should know Luke.
We know a couple of Lukes.
Yeah, I know a few Lukes. I know Luke from Spiders. I know Luke Manning, the man himself. The Spectrum Theatre, though, makes me think it's somebody on the spectrum, maybe. Something to do with somebody who knows me through the old autism stuff. I don't really know. Cryptic, man, cryptic. Anyway, Mark was in the house. I just saw Mark Northern White. Thank you so much. Mandy Hewitt, how's it doing, Mandy? Thanks so much for joining us. I don't know if I missed anybody else there a minute ago, but anyway, I apologise. Anyway, we'll go back to the chat in a second, Gav. Welcome, everybody. Anyway, thank you so much.
RS Design is Russ.
RS Design is Russ. Or Ross?
So we've got Russ and Luke.
Okay. Russ and Luke. We'll try and remember those.
Tom
Marsh is saying hello. So that brings us to Black Wolf Ebbs. We've got Ebbs in the house. How's it going? Oh, look at Ebbs pretending like she's not friendly. Anyway, we'll come back to the chat in a second, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in anyway. And what we're going to do is we've got a couple of people. You probably saw from the poster. We've got 4 people maybe coming in. I can't guarantee that they're all coming in, but they've all said yes, and they're all going to turn in. But I'll tell you what, who is here. We've got Tom from Exotic Empire, and we've got Claire from Aruna Exotics. So
she's our Claire. She's nobody else's Claire.
She's our Claire. She's our Claire. If I can do a Scylla impression, I would. It's our Claire. Do you want to bring them on, dude? Let's just bring them on, man. Let's just bring them on. Let's just bring them on. So
ladies first.
There's no point in messing about. Let's just bring everybody on. Claire's waiting patiently. There's our Claire from.
Hey.
How's it going, Claire? And there's Tom.
Hey, how you doing?
Tom, showing his face to us all. How's it going, Tom?
Yeah, good. Need a bit of a trim though. Not prepared.
See, my beard's getting so long now. It's almost as long as I don't lift my head up above that, it's almost like you don't know where the beard stops and the t-shirt begins anymore. It's starting to get like that, man. So I see yours is quite trim. Yours is it's not too bad, Tom. It's not too bad. You know,
it needs a little bit. It definitely needs a bit. The thing is, your beard goes down, man. Don't it goes out?
I'm going ZZ Top, man. I'm going for it. I'm
do it.
Tom's going for Chris Jericho. You know, for the era.
Yeah, wait till you see my moves.
Absolutely, I'm going for it, man. I'm going for it. I'm telling you, I'm only gonna have a beard probably once in my life. So speaking of beards,
enjoy the beard.
Here's Ian. How's it going?
Good evening. You all right?
How's it going, my friend?
Yeah. How you doing?
Excellent.
Lewis.
Lewis is in the house. How's it going, Lewis? There we go. Right, so we've nearly got a full house. We've just got one more guy coming in the house, and that's Jeremy. Jeremy will be here. Hopefully, Jeremy will be here. He's not going to let us down, man. He's always
He's
here.
late.
So there you go. So we've got Claire. Everyone knows Claire. She's our regular in the chat. Claire from Aruna Exotics. We've got Tom from Exotic Empire. He's first time Tom's been here. I know I've been trying to get Tom on for a while, and he's finally put his scorpions and isopods down for a few moments, just to come and join us for a little chat. It's good to have you, Tom. Nice one, my friend. And Ian Tarantula. Ian,
How you doing, mate?
I think we're in the. Are we in the presence of royalty here with Ian? Didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes. BTS
Well, yeah.
winning. What was it? It was a.
See it somewhere. Give me a sec.
Pokey, wasn't it?
Pokey,
Yeah.
that Pokey was stunning.
It was at the Regalis, wasn't it?
No, Tigrina Weselli.
There it is. Show it. Let's show it. Let's show it. Let's show it. Let's show it. There we go. Look at that. So that is Best Asian. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that, Ian? Before we chat to anyone else, we've got to talk about this, man. We've got to talk about it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, so I took her with me. Like, I was still in two minds because I'm trying to cut down a little bit on my collection, but she was just one that I didn't want to let go, and I was like, I'll take her with me. If someone offers me something for her, but then I changed my mind at the last minute, and I put her into the show. And yeah, she won. I just couldn't believe it, really. I'm still in shock now, but it's yeah.
Yeah, man.
In the now, then.
That is fantastic, dude.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
She's doubled her price tag now as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. So, hang on, let me just disappear for a second. There we go. So, that is fantastic. So, I take it, how many years have they been doing that award then for that show? I wasn't sure that's.
I'm not sure. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, man. We can't see you.
Yeah, I've just had something come up. Browser has lost connection to your camera. Make sure you have the right camera selected, which I have.
You might need to just refresh, dude.
Yeah.
Right, we'll speak to you in a minute, man. You get yourself sorted out. Don't worry about it, man.
I'll be back very shortly.
Yeah, no worries. That's cool, though, isn't it? That's cool. Out of all those, I imagine there's quite a few in that competition for that. Did they just have the one award at the BTS then for that? Is that, or do they have a few awards? So I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. So
Pass.
Yeah. So, but there you go. Anyway, who else have we got in the house? Vivian Vixen, how's it going? Is that a new face? I think it's another new face, isn't it? Vivian Vixen. I'm not sure. I recognise that one. Anyway, welcome, Vivian Vixen. Thank you so much for tuning in. If it's the first time here, welcome. And if you've been here before and you've just suddenly decided to say hello, or you've said hello before and we didn't recognise your name, I apologise. But we keep getting new people drifting in and out, so I think Ian's got some static going on, hasn't he?
Definitely some gremlins.
I think that's Ian.
Is it me? Is it?
You all right, dude?
Look like
Yep. Don't know what happened there.
Yeah. We can hear a little bit of background noise, but it doesn't matter.
I've got my headset on, so it shouldn't be me.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll carry on. It's not too bad, is it? I don't think. So, there we go. Vivian Vixen is indeed, I can confirm, Vivian Vixen is indeed a new face in the house. So I think I saw a little post, a little comment a minute ago from, I don't know who that is.
I don't think it's me. When I moved,
Who did it?
I know. I don't know, Herbs. I don't know. It all started when Ian turned up, causing trouble. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just make it even more confusing and bring Jeremy into the house. Jeremy from Jeremy Power World is in the house. How's it going, buddy?
Yeah, doing good. Thanks. How you guys all doing?
Yeah, we're all right. We're just struggling with a little bit of interference from somewhere. We think it's Ian, but he won't fess up.
Oh no.
See with my headset though, it's odd. Give me a sec. Let me just. I'll jump out and I'll test it.
If you jump out and then if it goes, we'll know it's you,
then we know it's me. Yeah.
And then we'll just not let you back.
Yeah, I don't usually have any issues with my headset though.
Yeah, no, it's all right.
I'll jump out.
We'll be with you guys in a minute.
Ah, so it wasn't you.
I think that confirms it.
I think we're all going to.
Poor Ian. We just booed him out. He just wasn't even in.
I can't hear it. Does that mean it's me?
Maybe.
Can't hear it now.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, stop now.
It's gone. So it was Ian. Right, he's banned. Vivian Vixen said she's been working on the Gargus enclosure and it's looking awesome. Fantastic. Well, you'll have to show us sometime, Vivian. Otherwise, we might not believe you.
Should post it in the group.
Yeah, there you go. Right. Have we missed anybody? I think a minute ago I saw that Tim said that he did he say that he
narrowly missed out.
He narrowly missed out on the best Scorpion award. So
Scorpion won. That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah, well, I'll have to ask him, Tim, which Scorpion
Come on, Tim, let us know.
I was in the crowd when they were doing the announcements. I could barely hear anything because I don't think they were using a mic. I think they were just shouting. So it's just. But luckily, I walked by and I saw Ian getting his best Asian. That was awesome.
Yeah. That is amazing. That's really, really good. We can still hear that muffling noise, you know. So I don't know who it is, but
yeah.
Is it me from on a phone? I don't know.
I'm on the phone.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who's muting me?
Gab's experimenting, muting everybody. So
muting people one by one to find out who it is.
Yeah, I don't know what the plane sound is. It keeps coming and going.
Because I mentioned MI6, innit?
Yeah, I think
that's what it is. Yeah, get the tinfoil.
It's all right. It doesn't matter.
Listening again.
Because it's all tonight is all about. We're all just relaxing, man. We're all just chilling out. So, how are you anyway, Jeremy? You all right, buddy?
Yeah, doing good. Been busy, really busy. But
what, busy with work or busy with inverts or just everything?
Bit of everything, you know. Got a lot of projects are now starting to come together now, and then work's been quite busy too. But yeah, it's starting to get really good. Really good.
Good, man. Good. That's how loud is that for everyone? Is that really annoying for everybody? Or...
Yeah, I'm considering taking the headphones out. Blast whatever it is.
I can't. I don't really know who or what that is. So yeah, I don't really know. Without having to get everybody to drop out, I don't really know how else to do it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna remove Claire a second.
So it was Claire.
I just complete and utter silence. Now, Claire, there's something going on, my friend.
It was the washing machine.
Are you in that utility room again, Claire?
So it's literally silent here. So silent.
Yeah. There's some interference going on at your end. I don't know what it could be, but yeah.
And a washing machine in background.
They're not
looks
on.
like the culprit, doesn't it? It sounds like it, but I don't know what it is.
They're just there for decoration.
It's gone now again, though. So have we scared Ian off for good? Is he coming back?
I hope so.
A bit like that movie. Was it Unfriended? One by one going.
Is it chat?
He ain't come back now.
Come back in, all is forgiven, man. All is forgiven. Sorry, man, we're sorry.
Hey.
We're all very sorry, man.
There we go.
It's gone now, hasn't it? So I'll tell you what we're going to do. When it comes back, I'm just going to drop you out, Claire, and then bring you back again.
Should be mid-conversation, boot her out.
You only get away with it so many times, Mitch.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Well, I mean, we'll kind of go around we'll just keep taking it in turns as to who's got what going on, sort of thing. So I'm gonna start with Tom, since he's a fresh face here. Tom's never been here before, so it's our Tom from Exotic Empire. If you're just joining us in the chat, welcome everybody. We're just going to have a little chat between ourselves and you guys at home as well in the chat. If you want to tell us what's going on, Gav's going to keep an eye on anything interesting anybody's that they might be getting up to. So good luck with that, Gav. But Tom, what you got going on at the moment, man? Because I know you're really you like cooking now, aren't you, man? You really.
Oh man, the amount of boxes and things I've got going on it's crazy. I'm trying to slow myself down a little bit, but every time I see something new, I'm like, gotta have that.
It's
just how it is.
It's just
recently though, I've been getting into Beatles on proper cool, but I'm trying to just crack it with them. You know, I've got a few pupating and that, and it just, don't know, something might seem to be pupating fully. I'm just trying to still crack that at the moment.
Yeah. Because you've probably, I'd say you've probably cracked it with isopods, right?
Most of them. There's still them ducks, man. I've had them rubber duckies for about 8 months, and honestly, I had about 35, and I just cannot see them. They're so hard to find. They hide so well.
Oh, right.
But I see babies all the time, but I just don't know how many I've got. I don't know if they're doing well or not. So some isopods, they're easy peasy, but some are just take a little bit more.
Well, I mean, you know, the price tag says it all, really, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's funny because there's a few breeders who are struggling with them, but then some hobbyists just get them and they're breeding really well, and we're we don't know why, don't know what we're doing different. But
do you know what, man? That's just par for the course in the invert world, man. It's when you as a breeder and a seller, you can advise people when people are asking you, what's a beginner species, what's something a little bit, and you try to steer newbies away from what you would consider to be more experienced species or more exotic species. And then you've got all this mixed information on the internet, because the reason why there's so much mixed information on the web is because what you might advise someone to stay away from because you think actually this is not for you, they might get them and they might just have success immediately,
Yeah, do you know what? And it's about learning and experimenting. At the moment, I've got Cubaris white sharks, which are a tiny but really stunning species, and I've got them on flake soil to see if that'll help them.
Yeah.
And so far, they're meant to be quite good breeders anyway, but I seem to have a lot already. So I don't know if that's working, and might try it with some other ones, see if that works. Because it's all edible for them, and it's it should work for them, but it's one of them using with a Cubaris species which costs a little bit more, and you don't want to ruin say a rubber ducky colony or all like that. You feel a bit tentative at first about doing it, but I thought I'll just do it, and it seems to be working.
Yeah.
It'd be a good way of recycling all the. Oh, go on, Ian. No, sorry.
No, sorry. That's right. From what I've heard with the rubber duckies, they take a long time, don't they, to breed? I know someone that breeds them, and they say they literally leave the colony alone for 6 to 9 months and just let it repopulate, and then
that's what you got to do, because most isopods have 20, 30 babies. These have about 6.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It takes so long.
Yeah, and you end up just, I know from breeding other things where you just get few and, very few kind of offspring or hatches or, or eggs laid or whatever. There's always some species. It does seem like the more exotic, the more kind of rarer stuff, they often do tend to just have. There's a reason, isn't it? and that reason is because they just have very few offspring, and you end up just keeping them all for yourself, don't you? Sometimes
There's no wrong with that.
yeah, well, exactly. But I've had species, whether it be mantis or whatever, where people just don't even know that I've got them unless I take a photo, because I just end up generation after generation. I just end up keeping them for myself, just in the hope that I'm going to maybe produce enough at some point to be able to like spread, let other people have them or whatever. But
it's like the Corridodis. Nobody technically knows that you've got them, and it's me that just keeps putting pictures out.
So jealous of them.
Well, yeah, exactly, because I'm on my first generation with those, and I just kept them all because even though I paired 4 females, one died before she laid. The other 3 females all laid 3 oots. Out of all those 9 oots, only 2 oots from one of the females actually hatched. All the others were just dud. So I ended up, and one hatched, a reasonable amount, like 25 to 30. It's not great, but enough. And the other one hatched about 10, and I just kept them all for myself, So fingers crossed, they're growing up quite nicely. I've got several females and a handful of males that have survived now up till about 5th instar. So these are Corridodis CF Starley. So hopefully they'll, that's my first generation. But that the previous lot, the parents of this generation that I've got, I had about 8 females and about 7 males, and and I still only managed to get 2 oots out of that whole lot to actually hatch. So even though I've got several pairs now, once I get them to adult, there's a good chance I'll probably only end up with 2 or 3 pairs if I'm lucky. I'll be happy with that right at the end, to have those at the end. And it's probably just going to be the same scenario. If I'm lucky enough to get a couple of pairings, I'll probably end up just keeping them all to myself again. So, it's just like, well, I'm breeding Corridodis Starley. What you like to do? It's like, I'm just going to keep these for myself forever, which is fine because, I'm a passionate hobbyist like you guys, first and foremost. So if that means keeping this awesome species to myself because I can't produce enough to share the love, I'm just going to keep them, And I'll let Gab just take photos and post them out and pretend that there is.
Hey, they're in my possession at the moment.
They are still at your house, aren't they? So, they were the only species. So I went away last week, and they were the only species that I actually gave to Gab to look after because, for obvious reasons. So everything else, I've just managed to get them through the week without having to worry too much about it. So they're my little hidden diamond gem in the rough, so to speak, that I'm kind of keeping under my hat. So Jeremy, what's your hidden gem right now that you've got all kind of fingers, toes, and everything crossed that you're really hoping you have some success with, and you're kind of keeping it a bit low key because you don't want to kind of get everyone's hopes up or your own hopes up, do you? Sometimes
keep these
things a little bit secretive sometimes, don't you? Do you know what I mean? So
I've got a couple of things on the go at the moment. Well, obviously everyone's seen the David Burrows. I have to show them off. They're so cute. They're just so fluffy. But I've just secured 3 pairs of a really nice true spider. So hopefully those will come here. Like, I don't think they've been in the UK hobby for a long, long time. So fingers crossed they arrive safely and that all works out. Probably be making a video on it. And then also the Macroctonus Kingsley that I have at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Pair is still young, so just growing them up right now. The male's much bigger than the female, so I'm trying to beef her up. But they've both been doing really good so far.
This is the gauntlet that you run when you get wild caught stuff in from Lee, isn't it? You never know. When you buy pairs from Lee, I'm always a bit dubious because I've bought pairs from Lee over the years, obviously. Like,
just frozen.
we were talking about this, weren't we, Gab?
Oh yeah, just
We
didn't
were
notice
talking
that.
about this, Gav. Sorry, what?
We were talking about
You-
yourself.
Yeah, you froze for a sec.
Everything
You froze like, yeah, you were like that for like 5 seconds or
So we all did it.
Anyway, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, we all run that gauntlet, don't we? When we get stuff from Lee, and whether or not you're going to get a matching pair. Often, sometimes I've had like adult males and like females that have got 3 or 4 molts to
Tiny.
go, and
Yeah.
I just think, why?
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Why even bother sending me these? I want to breed them. It's like I would never do
Yeah,
that.
it's like with a Danopes or Denopis, however you pronounce it. Like Ebbs makes fun of me for how I pronounce Denopis. But I got lucky with that pair because the female, she's already dropped a sack and she's big again, and my male's subadult right now. So, but I've seen like the males tend to miss molt when they hit maturity. So, fingers crossed, I can catch him at the right time, make sure the humidity is high, so he can molt out properly. But that's a project that's really exciting, and hopefully the first sack is fertile.
Yeah, they're lovely spiders. They are. Yeah.
Beautiful. And then I've got 4 grown on slings of them as well. So if this pair doesn't work out, I've got 4 slings on the go at the moment too.
Did you pick up a bunch of expectant slings from Jenny then?
Yeah, so I reached out to her when she started posting about them. She said most of them were sold already or reserved. And then she reached out to me saying someone dropped out of a few, offered 5. I was going to buy all 5, but I was like, you know what? I'll buy 3 and I'll let someone else have the other 2. And I'm pretty sure Adam was the one who picked up the other 2. So it's good that I didn't buy them all. So let Adam have some as well.
Yeah, I must apologise to everyone because I swooped in and got 40.
Yeah, we told me that. I'm not surprised.
As nice.
I've actually got 20 coming tomorrow, and then 20 coming next week. So
he's not keeping all of them.
But that's what you. It's like, I don't know if I'm going to keep them. He will keep them all.
I'll be keeping a few. I'll probably let Gav have a few, and I'll keep a few, and then we'll keep a few between us, and then. But yeah,
he just doesn't like anyone else to get anything.
Yeah. So he's not keeping them, but he's giving some to Gav. So technically, he is keeping them all. Gav's just looking after some of them.
Gav has to make sure I sell stuff. Because if it were up to me, I buy all this stuff and I
keep it all.
The problem is, you want to hopefully breed these things yourself, so you're not having to rely on wild caught things. So if you get the chance to get a big lot, you're going to get the big lot in and keep it.
Go for it,
to try and get those exacts, and that's the problem that Mitch has.
That's the main thing with me is trying to get all these wild caught species established here in the UK and working with other people as well, getting them established. But fingers crossed, it'll be like the tarantulas soon. That we have all these species that we don't need to wild catch anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the way forward. Captive bred, we should push it more in the hobby. You know what I mean?
100%.
That's kind of the whole ethos of how I sell my things. I don't sell anything wild caught unless I can't find pairs for it or all that, and hopefully move it on to someone who can breed them.
Yeah.
But,
you're always going to have those species where you're only going to be able to get the wild caught ones because nobody's had that
like most
yet.
predatory beetles, what are the ones? Oh, I can't remember. The sulfugids, so like your camel spiders, stuff like that. There has been one guy I saw on Instagram. He's had a clutch of camel spider species, the black one with the white all over it.
Oh yeah,
he's had a clutch of those.
Okay,
but whether or not he's going to post how he's bred them is another story.
What, has he bred them, or has he?
Supposedly he has. That's what he's always been labelled as, like captive bred. But
that's the American species, I think.
The problem is, some people say captive bred when really what they mean is they bought a wild collected female and she's laid a sack, and then they've got.
I think that was the first lot of birus, wasn't it? The biripes, they were
captive born,
bred were a wild caught gravid female, and it's like, well, first captive bred specimens, and it's not.
They've been in a hobby for like 2 months. They're not captive bred yet.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, some people probably claim captive bred, knowing full well they haven't bred it. Whereas other people who don't really know any better might just think, oh, is this captive bred? You know what I mean? They don't really have that much experience, and they just say it's captive bred because they were born in captivity. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
I mean, either way, with like I've said in my video where with my Damon Medius whipplings, like captive born isn't a bad thing. It's adding fresh genes into the hobby. Like a lot of species that are like with the ghost mantis, they're so into bred nowadays. Like how small they are compared to how they used to be. Like it would be nice to get some fresh genes into the hobby. Whether that's from
the thing is, Jeremy, there's a hell of a lot of fresh Paradoxa, Phylocrania blood coming into the hobby all the time.
Which is a good thing, yeah.
The thing is, Phylocrania is one of those species that's wild collected a lot. Like P. Wahlbergis, they're collected a lot. A lot of these quite common African species, they get collected, you know, and brought into the wild a lot.
Yeah.
To be honest, the Wahlbergi and Idolomantis, if they weren't wild collected, they'd probably just disappear from the hobby because they're just so difficult to breed in captivity.
Especially the Idolomantis, yeah.
Well, they obviously more so than most other species. You know, they are the one of the main species that are almost impossible to not to breed, but to have to get any kind of fertility.
Fertile oof, yeah.
So you know that's the main issue. And Wahlbergis are just notoriously difficult to breed. They're not impossible, but they're just quite difficult just because like the females are just so aggressive.
Gluttons. Gluttons.
They're so nasty, it's unbelievable. So yeah. But you know, we need the fresh blood, don't we? We can't all sit here and be hypocrites about, you know, and sit in our ivory towers complaining about wild collected stuff, because none of us would be in this hobby if it weren't for wild collected stuff. So, you know,
it's true, yeah.
Fact, you know, but as hobbyists and as being passionate about, you know, because let's face it, we're all passionate about the hobby. We're all passionate about our inverts, which inadvertently makes us passionate about the environment and the world that we live in, you know. So we naturally just end up being conservationists, aren't we? We're all that way inclined. People who I know anyway, you know, people who we're all, you know, all the right-minded people in the hobby anyway are all, you know, they actually give two hoots about the world that we live in. So you know, so it's up to us to control those. It's up to us to be sensible, you know, and to understand the natural habitat from which these species are coming from, in order to so we can think, hang on a minute, these are coming from here now. Do we need to be getting more wild blood from here, or do we need to be getting more in so we can like get them in captivity to protect them? You know, because there are some you know, extinct species in the hobby. I think I was speaking to you, Tom, the other day about one of your which species was it? You said you were getting an extinct species in. So
extinct roaches.
Yeah, the cave roaches.
Yeah, cave roaches. It's called extinct in the wild roaches, aren't they? Yeah, I'm hopefully
really
getting
nice
them still waiting on them, but
cool.
If I get there, I'll be buzzing.
That is a classic example of a species that's extinct in the wild, but is still trucking because of people like Tom and other people, hobbyists who take it upon themselves to just take the responsibility for this species, you know, and that's what we're all about, isn't it? So
exactly, yeah.
So let's move on to Claire, shall we?
It's getting a bit deep. It's supposed to be a free and easy, this.
I know, sorry guys, sorry, man. You know what I'm like, man, when I get going, man. Free and easy, let's keep it light, shall we, guys? Let's keep it light.
Not changing the world.
Yeah, sorry, man. We'll save that for one of our late night chats. Claire, so we were talking about gems, diamond in the rough and all that. Well, what have you got that you're keeping? You know, one of those species that you're keeping right next to you all day long, keeping a beady eye on it, making sure that it's not going to drop off the perch. She's so like kind of desperate for it to do well.
I'm like that with all of them. There's one.
All of them.
I am. I harass them all constantly. I'm just like that. I've got a room dedicated to all the animals, all the bugs, everything upstairs, but all my spider racks have made it downstairs because I can't go upstairs every 5 seconds to stare at them. So now they're downstairs, so I can. But,
brilliant.
I've got a few jumping spiders on egg sacs. I had my moth hatch, which I was super excited about.
I've heard about your video. I'm afraid I'm guilty as charged. I've still not had a chance to watch that video yet, but I promise I'm gonna go and have a look at it because I've heard nothing but great things about it. So yeah.
I'm just sat on the bedroom floor talking about waffling on about this moth that I was absolutely ecstatic had hatched.
Yeah, well, that's what we want. That's what we want. Do you know what? I could listen to somebody talking about kind of, painting a wall. If they were showing absolute, complete and utter passion and dedication to what they were doing, and they were telling me all the technicalities, and they were just talking about it in amazing passion and gusto, I'd just be completely glued to it. Do you know what I mean? I can sit and listen to anybody talk about anything as long as they're passionate about it. I'm all for that, man. So good for you.
You'd be surprised how many people don't like moths.
Really?
I find that really bizarre, but I'm like, I'm telling my friends and family, and they're like, ew. And I'm like, but it's this big.
Excellent. So you had some Bahamas. Is it you who had some Bahamas jumpers?
I have had 3 Bahama sacks, and I've not had much luck with them. The first one was infertile, the second one she ate, and the third one hasn't come to anything.
Oh, bad luck, man. Bad luck. Oh, but you see, that's one of those species that I bet you were just like really rooting for, because you were really excited.
Well, yeah, do you know what? I was really rooting for it because I get probably, no exaggeration, about 20 text messages a day asking for a Bahamas.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why. I mean, I've got 6 Bahama slings that I'm growing up. So hopefully in the future I'll have Bahamas. Yeah. She could still lay again. I have paired her again. But yeah, I figured because everybody wanted them, there was enough of them being bred, and apparently there wasn't.
Yeah.
But I've got a Carneus sitting on an egg sac. And I've got an Amipity. I've got an Amipity egg sac that I'm waiting to see what's going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, excellent. That's cool, man. That's cool.
And what else have I got? I'm still waiting on my Everglades to lay. I'm still waiting on the Apalachicola to lay. I've got another one, but I'm not telling you.
Okay. I love a secret. And I've got to tell you, Claire, what you were saying before about because people knew you had those Bahama egg sacs and you were getting messages right, left, and centre. This is exactly the reason why I don't tell people when I've got super exciting rare stuff like breeding or, this is why a lot of the time I've had stuff over the years that's been really rare or really exotic and people don't rarely see them. If I get hold of them, I'll just not tell anybody because guarantee as soon as I post a photo of something really rare, I'll just be overwhelmed with messages right, left, and centre. People just like, can you put me on a list? There's no list. Seriously,
it adds more pressure to you as well, doesn't it?
This is another reason why I hate lists. I hate lists in that context because the amount of times I get people messaging me saying, I'll give you a down payment, I'll give you a deposit, put me on a list. And it's like, no, man, simply because experience has taught me that, honestly, it's really, really not worth it because if you fail, you just end up letting people down and you end up having to tell people that things have not worked out and you just keep reliving the disaster over and over again. And really all you want to do is just move on, to the next project.
Charlotte will tell you, the girls have had me in the girl group recently going, I don't know if I can do this anymore because everything that I'm trying to do because everybody wants it isn't working out. But then the little projects I was doing for fun, they're kind of working out. So it's just telling me to do the fun stuff and not what everyone's pestering me for, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do right.
Yeah.
But Charlotte had my Blue Mountains male, and she's had loads of success with that. She got some slings from that. So
excellent.
The little projects that we're doing with the girls,
well,
is going well. So
that's good. Yeah.
And all my leafies are like in the changing weather. They're all hatching left, right, and centre.
Oh, great! Yeah. I know Gab's nodding his head there because I know you. It kind of happened with the horse heads for you, didn't it, Gab?
Yeah.
Slight change in conditions, slight increase in weather conditions, and all of a sudden, like females are laying eggs right, left, and centre. So yeah.
It's the air pressure. It's the air pressure changing.
Yeah, exactly. So right then, we'll move on to Ian, and we'll see what Ian's got to say for himself, and then what we're going to do is I must apologise quickly to everyone in the chat. We've been talking amongst ourselves, but we'll have a quick chat with Ian, and then we'll delve into the chat and see what anybody else is getting up to. So Ian, I think I saw a post of yours today, actually, a bunch of slings and a frying pan. It looked like to me.
They're actually here.
Cool. What are they then, dude?
So these are Evicleria, just a common pink toe.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. So I've got this. Yeah, they're pretty much ready to molt into slings now. I've got another female on a sack at the moment as well, so fingers crossed that one's good.
Excellent.
What have I got? I've got about 4 on a sack. She's been on it just over 30 days, I think it is now. I've got loads of paired.
Excellent.
Yeah, I've got so what have I got? I've got the T. albipelosus. I paired her about 2 months ago, I think it was. She's actually doing a lot of digging at the moment, and she's filling her water dish with that. So I think we might, fingers crossed, be
definitely need that Tim stuff.
Building a nest. So what else have I paired? Pionata. Paired her.
Nice.
I've got a video which I've got recorded. I haven't finished editing it yet, which should be the next video. I've got the P. murinus, Pteronoculus murinus, rare colour form, OBT.
Nice.
I've got a Psalmopius amenia paired, but the one I really, really want to drop, and she's being stubborn as hell, is my P. metallica.
Of course. Yeah. of course she's been stubborn, man. Of course.
She's looking chunky as hell, but she's just Yeah,
man. Well, good luck with her. When did you pair
her? It was October, November time. Right. Yeah. Ooh, so she's looking very, very, very fat at the moment. So but I've upped the temperatures and just giving it a good soak down and then letting it dry and then doing the same again, just continuing that process now. So cool. Hopefully it's just a matter of time. She's started to slow down eating now as well, so fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But cool, that's one. That would be one massive tick off for the goals.
Is that your is that a first for you with her?
Yeah, it would be. Yeah. I've paired her two times before, and she's molted out both times. So third time lucky, hopefully.
Yeah, fingers crossed for you, man. Because you'll be good. Have you got your male still?
He's still here. He's getting on a bit now. I've got another female as well, but I've been waiting for her to molt because she looks like she was going to. So I was kind of trying to hold out, but I don't think he's going to be around by the time she does. Sadly, because he molted, he matured. What was it? It would have been October last year. So he's 8-9 months old now. So so it might mean that I just have to search for another one. So
well, fingers crossed for you, dude. Hopefully she'll not be a pain in the arse again and molt out again. So
fingers crossed. So I don't think there's anything else. Just looking around. No. So I've got a couple more Balfouris paired, but one egg sac was no good, sadly. That was a bit disappointing, but that was her first egg sac, so fingers crossed next time she does something a bit better. But I think that's everything. Yeah.
Cool. Well, you'll have to keep us posted in, because I'll you'll have to put me on your list of people you normally throw out to, dude. So
yeah.
I even though I've got stuff going on, got some pairings lined up and stuff here, but I'm always buying to resell as well. Anyway, so
yeah.
So
Yeah,
there you
I'm
go.
sure
Bit of a shameless plug for myself there.
Yeah, I'm hoping these pink toes will be ready very shortly.
Yeah, cool.
They're always a nice little one to sell. So.
Yeah, well, I've actually got. I think I've still got some that I got off Dave late last. I think was it late last year or early this year or some. I can't remember when it was anyway. But yeah, they're about 2 to 3 centimeters. The ones I've got now. I've still got about a dozen of those left.
Yeah,
so,
nice.
They're always nice sellers, aren't they? So they go really well.
Yeah.
So, welcome back, Phil.
Keep stealing, Tom.
Cool. So let's. I'll tell you what. We'll because I want to talk about your shed as well later on. Yeah. we love a bit of shed chat, don't we, Jeremy?
Yeah.
So
hopefully soon I'll get my shed.
Hopefully soon. So yeah, how are we doing in the chat? I noticed that Sidex is in the house. I didn't get a chance to say hello to Sidex. How's it going, my friend? You all right, buddy? And Charlotte is in the house. How's it going, Charlotte? And I don't know if I missed anybody else. Anybody else who came?
I don't think anybody else has come.
My sister's hiding.
Oh, your sister's hiding. Hello, Claire's sister, wherever you are. Oh, Vanessa as well. Vanessa, there you go. I didn't say hello to Vanessa. Welcome, Vanessa. Thanks so much for tuning in. Vanessa says there, Avik came in from David. He'll not thank me for calling him David, will he? I bet even the camera lady don't call him David, unless she's annoyed with him anyway. So, did anyone say shed? I always think of Tim. Carrying on with the Fast Show character. The guy who always used to say, "You ain't seen me, right?" And it's not. No, the guy who used to say, "Today I have mostly been eating Pop-Tarts," and then he'd go in his shed. Mark Robinson's character. I think that was him. I always think of Tim. I don't know why. You don't like him, but.
Which week I've mostly been eating chipolatas.
So yeah, there you go. Anyway, yes, Tim, you need a bigger shed, my friend. I've said it before. I'll say it again. He needs a bigger shed. He's done all that work in his lovely garden, and now he's got to put a bigger shed in. So. Yeah, all good, thanks, Francis. I'm good, my friend. Like I was saying earlier, I don't know, it's a lovely week away. I got back and I'm all stressed out again already. So yeah, no, but I had a good week. I had a good week in Scotland. Thank you very much. So that was really good. And so yeah, anybody else got any holidays planned? Let's just divert for while we're talking about holidays. Jeremy, you going away this year?
I don't think so. No.
No,
all the money's going to go into the bug shed.
I mean, probably enough where you live, in it, Hertfordshire, man. It's like the flower. I used to live at Welling Garden City when I was at university. Yeah, so that was lovely. Yeah, it's lovely, Hertfordshire, man. Very, very nice. Anybody else going away? I'm
going in September. Looking forward to that. It's about 60 of us going to Kefalonia.
60?
Yeah, my sister's getting married out there, so.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it's going to be a.
Thinking it sounded like a big lad's holiday at first. 60 lads.
I was thinking bug expedition. I was like, where's my invite? I want to go find
him. Come on, let's go.
61, tell us he's got 60 friends, man. We're lucky to scrape together 6, man, if he's like it.
Yeah, no, same as mate, to be fair.
Nice one, dude. Well, that'll be good.
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it. I ain't been away for a few years.
Is it one of those holidays? Is it one of those weddings that's been put off due to COVID or anything, or is it?
No. Funnily enough, no. It was kind of organised. Yeah, last year. So yeah, I mean, fingers crossed, everything goes all right. Still wet for the passport, but
yeah, you need to get that in early, don't you? I think it's taking 10 times longer than it usually takes.
Yeah,
to get
I sent it off the beginning of April, and I still haven't had nothing back yet. So
yeah. So Claire, you going away?
No, I wish I was. No, little man is struggling at the moment, so it's not really. We need to stick at home with his routine and stuff.
Fair enough. I hear you, man.
A night in my bed would be holiday enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll settle for a lion at the weekend. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's been a few years. It's been a few years since I had a lion.
Tom, what about you, man? Going away? Did you say you were going away?
No, I don't think so. I think end of this month off to Skegness for a couple of nights of our last year booked for me to go like swimming with sharks in a sea life centre or whatever. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, man.
I'll see if I have two arms by the end of it or not. You know.
Yeah, they've got a good sea life centre at Skeggy, man. It's a good one.
Yeah, never been, so why not?
Well, you're not.
Give it a go.
I'm from Chesterfield originally, so everyone in Chesterfield, they all holidayed at Skegness growing up as kids. that was where we went, man. Butlins and Skegness.
Good old days.
Bit of insight into my background.
They were best sort of holidays though, weren't they, when you were kids, like going on little caravan holidays and that.
I had to basically wait for my parents to get divorced before they were like battling it out to see which one was the best parent. So that's when we started going abroad. So there you go. Hey, anybody in the chat? We're talking about holidays, not bugs. Who in the chat's going on holiday? Come on, tell us where you're going, guys.
I've got a weekend in Leeds in 2 weeks' time.
You got dude?
Hey, come on, Leeds.
Leeds.
Yeah, I'm coming up for the Donny show, so.
Oh, brilliant, man! You're coming up to see us, are you? Yeah, because you do come up to, you do make the trip up to Doncaster, don't you? Now and again.
Yeah, I've done the November one last year. I missed the last one though. I couldn't make the last one.
Mitch, you guys are going Donny?
Yes. Yeah. Well, we're coming on to the shows.
I might be going Doncaster. Don't know yet.
It's the last one at Racecourse.
Yeah. You've not been to Doncaster.
That's what I was saying. No, I haven't. So that's why I'm like, I really want to go, but it's all depending on when my mate comes back.
The great thing about Doncaster is, we'll call it the IHS because obviously it's the last one at Doncaster, so we can't call it Donny anymore. So, but the good thing about the IHS is obviously it's a little bit of everything. There's like all sorts there. And I think I mean, it's a bit of a trek for you though, isn't it? So I can understand why you've not really.
Yeah, because like my mate's going on holiday, he's coming back like just before.
But
so hopefully he comes back.
That should not stop you, my friend, because it's an absolutely amazing show. There's just like everything there, you know. Obviously, there's all the reptiles and everything, you know, and all the inverts as well. So it's just an absolutely brilliant show. The only downside is that it's just it gets very, very busy. If you could call that a downside, it's not a downside from my perspective, but it's a downside if you're if you're a punter. It's a bit of a downside because it can be very, very busy. So but it's good. You should come, man. You should come definitely.
I'm definitely going to try. Hopefully.
Good. So the Spectrum Theatre, did we get a name on Spectrum Theatre? It's Luke, did we say?
Yeah, it's Luke.
Luke, yeah.
Luke's off to Costa Rica in a few weeks. Hopefully find some cool... You know what, Luke? If you can't find some cool macro photography subjects in Costa Rica, you may as well pack up and go home.
You're staying at the wrong area.
Luke has some amazing pictures, though. I've followed him on Instagram for a long time. His macro shots are amazing.
You'll have to... Is that his handle on Instagram then, Tom?
I don't know if I don't think so. I think he's got a different name on Instagram.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
I'll put it in chat, Luke.
Luke, send us your Instagram details, my friend, and we'll check you out. We'll hit you with a follow.
There we go. Kind of. Can you see
Not
that?
quite
That's
see
Luke's.
it, but you could just read out the handle to me. Luke.
IH macro. I think it's I. Or is it L?
IH macro.
Oh no, I think it's LH macro. LH.
Right. I'll have a look later. We'll have a look and we'll all follow Luke because apparently he does some amazing macro photography.
His shots are really nice.
That's what we want to see, right? That's what we want to see. So yeah, man, Costa Rica, I'm very, very jealous, I've got to say, because Costa Rica is definitely one of the places. Costa Rica, Belize, those whole Central American sort of areas. They're all lush. They're all lush. Obviously stay away from Haiti and a few other those like. Gosh, you might go with a macro with a decent DSLR, but you'll certainly not come back with one.
You'll come back with a disposable camera.
So there you go. Rocky Mountain. Oh, I knew there was someone else who was in the house who I'd not said hello to. Rocky,
Rocky.
Welcome. Thanks so much for tuning in. Rocky still wants to know what a caravan holiday is. Dude, you know what?
It's like a trailer park.
It's like living in a trailer park, man. Basically, yeah.
Some people call that luxury.
If you just Google Ingle Mills caravan park, you'll see what it's all about, man. So there you go. So excellent. Anyway, have we missed anybody else? Anybody else said that they're going away, or is that?
Yeah,
it looks like Steph has posted a link in the comments if anybody's interested in following Luke. His Instagram, I ain't got my specs on, just a minute. His Instagram is IHMacro.
That's LH.
You what, sorry?
It's LH macro.
Oh, sorry, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I just found him
I've
on
not got my
Instagram.
glasses on. There we go. LH Macro, Instagram. Let's all go and follow Luke because apparently he's amazing. So that's what we need to do.
Yeah, I'm just looking at some of the pictures now. Yeah.
So there we go. LH Macro. It's our Luke. I'm going to check you out when we finish up here, dude, and we'll see what's going on. That'll be good. So what else? What else we got? Boat trip to Nishiros volcano. I've actually been there, Carl. I went there on a conference to Kos. When I was in a previous life, when I used to be an academic, I got sent off. I used to go off to conferences around the world, doing lectures and blah blah blah. All very glorious. You don't want to know about that right now, but yeah. So I went to Kos, Nishiros Island. That is a very, very cool. Do go. Obviously, you'll go to the top of the volcano, and I've got to tell you, the bus ride up to the top of Nishiros is it's beautiful, but it's hell-raising. You get a rickety old bus. He drives about 80 miles an hour around a very, very windy, narrow road. Basically, like hitting chickens and goats as you're going up. An old lady crossing the road. Honestly,
that sounds like
that's how you get lunch.
It's quite an experience, but the volcano is active, and when you get up there, all you get hit with is the sulphur smell and the plumes and the gases. But Carl, honestly, it's absolutely amazing. The boat trip over to Kos, to Nishiros Island, you get to hear all the Greek mythology and all the tales and everything. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm not going to tell you any more than that, but honestly, it's an absolutely brilliant place. So I'm very, very jealous. So yeah, that'll be amazing, Carl. Well done. Good for you, my friend. Good for you. Good choice. So right then. So what should we talk about now? Does anybody want to tell us about anything exciting that they've got going on? What are we doing, Gav? What have we got lined up? We've got loads of stuff lined up. Really, we've got
a few breeding projects coming up.
Yeah, we've got a few teas I think going on. We've definitely got a Sazimai pair coming up. Hopefully, we're going to be breeding them before the end of the year.
I tried those before.
You what, Ian? Have you bred those before?
I've tried them, but I was there for 5.5 hours just watching them stare at each other. Literally, yeah. Honestly, one was sat there, one was there, and they were there for 5.5 hours.
Jesus Christ!
Might
as well get a baby cam at that point. Just leave them to it. Just keep it on the baby cam.
I was just doing some work. I had the laptop next to me with the tank, like literally next to the laptop, so I can keep an eye on them. And it's
just
yeah, it was pretty soul destroying. Yeah, so I hope you have better luck than I do.
Thanks, man. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. I've still got the male ear actually. Like I've tried a couple of times and like just nothing. I think the last time I went in, he actually done some drumming, and the female went for him. So, but he's over a year old now. He's getting on a bit, bless him.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much what he's got left in him. To be fair.
Yeah. Oh well.
So,
yeah. Well,
yeah, a bit of a shame because they are a nice spider, but I've got a few.
They're
I've got a few
really
females
pretty.
I'm growing on. So.
Yeah. Well, they're a beautiful. They're obviously a lovely iridescent blue. They're absolutely beautiful, and they're very, very popular as well. So I'm really keen to get have some success with that. So
Yeah.
Tom, you do obviously we all know about you and your isopods.
Good luck with that one, Peter.
You've got some scorpions going on as well. Have you got anything exciting in the pipeline?
I'm still like growing on them. The one Mycerensis now, Tristis. They're getting big and they're amazing, like Asian sort of forest scorpion with big granulated claws. Some are sub-adults, and I've had them since 2020, so I can't wait to get them breeding. And then luckily this year, well, I was meant to get I think 8 Swamadamis, but I end up with 4. But they're very small scorpions, so I'm hoping if I've got a pair, I'm happy. Yeah. I paid a stupid amount of money for them, but if I've got a pair, I'm happy because that's what it's about. It's about me growing them on and breeding them.
Absolutely, yeah.
Things like that.
Especially with species like that, they haven't been around for ages.
Yeah. I had to get them from Germany. There's just nowhere else. There's like 2 breeders in Germany, and that's it. Luckily, I got one. But it took a lot of persuading because he didn't want to ship to the UK. But I have a friend who does a lot of importing and exporting. So he I sorted it through him and I got him through that way.
Yeah.
And they were happy to do that. So it's just a waiting game now. But
so I'm getting these the true spiders I've got coming from. They're coming from is it Houghton? Houghton? How do you pronounce it?
Oh,
the show this weekend.
Yeah.
The guy messaged me and he said that do you know Lucian, the guy who ran Skinny Legs?
Skinny Legs. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's friends with the guy and he's gonna pick up the spiders for me and import them back. So all the papers sorted out. So fingers crossed that they all arrive safe. I've got 3 pairs and they're a spider you just don't see here. So fingers crossed, all works out. It's gonna be awesome if they do.
Yeah, there's some really awesome like new spiders coming into the hobby just now, especially like true spiders and stuff.
It's great.
It's really, I think now Lee's realised there's an appetite for it. He especially is bringing in whatever he can get. I think really. So. Which is good.
I think it's definitely worth it, especially as there's not so many people bringing them in now as well. I mean, I can name a few, but not as many as.
Well, it's like most things, isn't it? Ian, it's the whole Brexit thing's just completely decimated everybody's ability to get. Most people. I mean, myself. I've only just really this late last year and this year. I've only just really started like making connections again with like old like importers and stuff because it's just taken so long for people around Europe to get their heads around how they. Most of the people I knew who I used to get like scorpions and like true spiders and stuff from over the years, they all just stopped. Most of them just stopped for about 3 years. They're only just really starting to kind of get going again. Do you know what I mean? So it's tricky. It's tricky because having to make diversions, to get things into the country. It's just all a bit mental, isn't it? So yeah. But
sorry.
Go on. You're all right.
I was just going to say. Another thing that's making it tricky is all the Facebook rules and the social media rules about selling inverts and things like that.
Absolutely.
This isn't a plug. It's just letting you
Plug away.
But me and my husband, under my instruction, we've been making our own social media platform from scratch. But it's solely inverts. So it will be our rules, our basically not Facebook rules, just to allow everyone to come together and share everything inverts, including swapping, trading, selling, but friendly, super friendly. It's not Facebook. It isn't WhatsApp. It isn't any of those, but it is along those lines, working in a really similar way. And he's been working his butt off on it, and he's doing really well. Cool. So we're hoping to get that up and running, just because everybody is being banned on Facebook at the moment. Every time I go on there, somebody I know is on a ban or setting up a new page because they've been deleted because somebody else has put the word sale on their page or whatever. The more people close that stuff down, the harder it is for everybody to be able to share that information.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's tough, isn't it? It's tough. I mean, I'm quite lucky in that I've been around long enough that I've got quite a good customer base. So, you know, I can't remember the last time I advertised on Facebook, but I know that a lot of people, like, you know, a lot of people who have come into the hobby relatively recently or even in the last 3, 4, 5 years, they're finding it quite difficult because they don't have the customer base there already. And they don't have like a website that's got a lot of traffic going through it. And so it's very difficult for people to get their name out there and get the customers. And, you know, without telling people you've got stuff for sale, I imagine it's very, very difficult to sell stuff.
That's it. Some of the girls in the group are new starting out, and you, like you said, unless you've got, I've been really lucky because I had like reptiloonies, so I had a lot of the reptile keepers are into the inverts and stuff, so I had some people from back then anyway. And then obviously you guys are awesome, obviously. There's some of the newer girls that are just starting out that really want to get into like the jumping spiders and stuff. They literally can't say anything anywhere. And they haven't got that following, and it's virtually impossible for them to start out. And you don't, there's some of the places you can go sell and you don't really want to because you're getting all the people that are just trying to buy to sell on or con you or whatever. And with the websites and stuff, some of these girls aren't ready to invest loads of money in having a website built and then paying the fees of you know, PayPal or whatever to take the payments and stuff. And some are like the sorting out the shipping and stuff when it comes to live animals and dry goods and all that business. It's a nightmare when you're setting up websites. So that's where Facebook and just direct PayPal payments and things are so much easier, but they just can't do that anymore. You guys that have been around a while are really lucky in the fact that you have the loyal customers and the people that come back.
I mean, you know, and like I was saying about the websites and what you were just saying, people, you know, a lot of people aren't like tech savvy enough for being able to, you know, they're not able to set up their own websites, because I know from experience that there's a hell of a lot of work has to go into making sure that your website gets a lot of traffic through it. You know, in order to get the SEO rankings and all things like that. You know, it's just a lot of effort, and a lot of people either just don't have the know-how or don't have the time to put that kind of effort in there. So even though there's a lot of websites out there, everyone and his dog can get a website these days. They are relatively easy to get a basic website going, but to get that website in a position where it ranks high in Google or it does well on a search engine or whatever is actually, there's a lot more to it than just setting up a website. Do you know what I mean? So,
well, bugger me. All things creepy crawly.
Hey, Sam.
It's Sam. Our Bug Realms is in the house. How's it going, buddy? Good to have you in the house. How's it going, man? So, good. So yeah, Tom, how are you finding it? Because you're, I know you've.
I'm fairly new to it all. To be honest, I only started like keeping inverts in lockdown. I started this on lockdown and I absolutely loved it, and then kind of just wanted to take it a little bit further, and I've just been enjoying it ever since. So like, it has been hard for me to like, you know, get a bit of a good following because I haven't even had a Facebook page for a full year yet. Website's only been out since October, but it doesn't get as much traction as probably you would because you're very well known.
Yeah.
So it's one of them, and it's when you got to build up, and
yeah,
you know, like you say, you've got to be very careful of what you put on Facebook.
Yeah.
And not all, like, for me, it's trying to get a little bit out there. It's not about, oh, come and buy some off me. I just want to be out there for people to kind of know me.
Yeah.
It's getting that, because a lot of groups won't accept you putting posts on there, even though it's relevant to that group. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it?
It is difficult because obviously, like, you know, I run one of the bigger UK tarantula groups, and you know, we've got to the point where we can't even like accept posts where people are looking for males.
Yeah.
You know, because they're just getting flagged, and you know, so it's like, you know, it's literally like a zero tolerance now to any looking for, or you know, got, you know, someone's got a list or something like that. It's like, no, sorry, you know, as much as we want those to be on the, you know, we're probably like one more flag away from getting the group, and it's like 13,000 members. You know, that group be gone. It's really tricky. You know, it's
And that's it. You probably do want to help people like me.
I've always recommend is like, you know, approaching people that do the YouTube as well, you know, because they get a lot of followers. You know, you say, look, you know, I've got this new shop, would you fancy trying me out? And they can do a, you know, like an honest review, and you know, that could help with traffic that way as well. You know, that's always a possibility.
Definitely. It's surprising how well you can do from YouTubers posting videos, like unboxings and you know, like mystery boxes and stuff. You know, I do okay sometimes. You know, I'll do a mystery box. Sort of YouTuber will do an unboxing on their video, and if people like what they see, you know, I'll have a run of that mystery box. That particular mystery box, I'll have a run. I always know if somebody's done a nice review, like either on Facebook or on YouTube or somewhere, because I'll have a run of that one product. I'll have several people buying that one mystery box because they've seen a review. You know what I mean? So I know from experience it can really help. So and that's why I try to like kind of like, you know, show advertise people's websites and things like that, you know, Instagram pages and Facebook pages and stuff like that here if we can, you know. I mean, hopefully I'm hoping to take everyone with us, you know. We're slowly building a little community. We're slowly starting to get more and more, and you know, the more exposure I get and this channel gets, the more exposure I want other people to get as well, you know, like you guys who come with me, and you know, we'll all hopefully we'll all improve together, you know. We'll all
that's the thing, there's so many, all of us are all doing different things, and even if we're all doing the same thing, there's so many people out there wanting all these things. We should be bigging each other up, not getting people banned on Facebook and
well, we all overlap a little bit, don't we? You know what I mean? It's like some people specialize in, and some people do like quite a wide range. So you're always going to get a little bit of overlap, you know. But yeah, it's like you say, you know, it's we all have to big each other up. There's enough customers out there for all of us, I think. So, you know, and a little bit of friendly competition goes a long way because it's good for the customers as well, isn't it? You know, so that's what they want. So yeah. But I was coming back thinking about what you were saying, Tom, about your website. I was thinking back to when I first made my website. I actually sold on when I first got my website. I actually sold on eBay for probably about 3 years. I continued selling on eBay before I even that's how long it took my website to really take off. You know, before I really started getting a reasonable amount of traffic. You know, so. Back then, eBay was taking like 10%, and then on top of that, PayPal takes about PayPal takes about 4.5% on top of that. So before you know, if you sell on eBay and you sell it through your PayPal payment, you've lost 15% immediately. But you know, you have to balance that out at the time with just basically just trying to sell stuff. You know, just want to sell stuff at the end of the day. So like I said, I think
the thing with me having the website, I kind of, like I said to when I was building it, I asked a lot of people, you know, how to do it, how to do that. Cause I don't have a clue, and I used a website builder, so it's just easy. But I said to people, you know, if it just pays for itself every month, I'd just be happy for that, and that's it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. The girls starting out with the jumping spiders. Let's face it, jumping spiders don't make you money. They don't. You don't get. You put everything you make on jumping spiders, you put back into the jumping spiders. They're not worth a fortune. There's no way these girls want to be paying for hosting and website building packages and all that business just because you can't say for adoption on Facebook or whatever. Or they're just dipping their toe in the water. No one wants to spend that kind of money on making a website and hosting and domain names and stuff before they even know if it's going to take off.
No,
exactly.
Absolutely. So you've got to make sure you've got something. You've got a good foundation before you even think about doing something like that.
The only advantage of having a website is you can advertise on Facebook.
Yeah, you can just post a link on Facebook.
Post links to your Facebook. Yeah. So that does have an advantage, but again, it's a cost, and it's a gamble still, isn't it? So
but I think people are still selling on eBay. They sell as live food, don't they?
Yeah.
I've seen teas and jumping spiders on there as live food.
Yeah. Do you know what? One of the main reasons, even though I was starting to get more sales through my website, so I felt like I could cut ties with eBay. One of the main reasons I stopped selling on eBay is because about once or twice a year, eBay goes through this system whereby they basically boot everybody off who's trying to sell inverts. Basically, they go through this like little cull where you'll get like a message from eBay saying you are selling livestock. If you don't stop selling livestock, we're going to ban you, or we're going to do this and we're going to do that. So every now and again, you basically had to reword all your listings so that you didn't have things like mantis or invertebrate, or you had to basically just word it you had to find words that you could use to advertise the fact that you were selling an invert, but not actually use the name of the invert. Do you know what I mean? It was really weird. And every now and again, eBay has this like flushing system where they just ban you from selling any kind of unless it's like a feeder, unless it's like flies or roach or locusts, then, but if you're selling anything else, then it's really, really quite difficult. So it just got too tricky and too.
It doesn't take much for someone to have a grudge against you and report you as well.
That's true as well. Yeah. So. It looks like Francis is saying he never knows what he can and can't post on Facebook groups anymore.
I barely use Facebook.
Yeah, because there's rules about all the giveaways and raffles and things as well.
Yeah,
you're not allowed to do any of that.
I know Tim and Peter used to do a really good giveaway they used to do one in their invert group, and they had to stop because it was like a raffle, 50 people in the raffle, and they used to whatever the bonus ball was on a Saturday night, that was the number that was picked, and it used to do really, really well, and it used to be really popular, but they had to just stop doing it because Facebook basically turned around and said, if you don't stop doing it, you are banned, sort of thing. So I think they kind of do it. I don't know if they do it on a Discord or something like that now. I'm not really sure.
I think they tried to do it on Discord, but I don't think Discord ain't got a big enough following compared to Facebook, and that's I don't think people were that bothered.
Yeah. Is anybody here using Discord at all? Because I don't.
Somebody has just set up a Discord group, haven't they?
I think
in the last few days.
Yeah, I think Sophie.
Cotswold Crawlers.
Yeah, I think Sophie. I think those Sai and Sophie.
That's right. Yeah.
I think they were talking about it on their live on Sunday that they've just started. I think they were talking about doing it then, and then yes, I think they have set one up. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I'll get. It's just another thing. It's just another thing that I probably won't do.
So, I signed up. I got an invite and I signed up. I've never been on Discord before ever. I didn't know. Hadn't even heard of it.
Yeah.
It's like Reddit as well, isn't it? Like subreddits and stuff like that.
It was just pages and pages of it's like watching 10 days worth of your comment section. It was just like too much. And then my phone was just getting spammed with everything. They split it all into pages, so like trading and swapping stickers and what have you.
Yeah.
And it was just boom, 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 and it's like, it's crazy manic. It's not. I don't think it's something that enough people would be able to get involved in and actually benefit from it.
Yeah, I might have a look, but to be honest, it's like I'm still not on TikTok. I feel like I can't keep up as it is. I mean,
yeah.
I barely post on Facebook. I barely post on Instagram. And
yeah, but you get the text messages from from people saying, "Have you got this?" And you can just say, "Yeah, I have this."
Yeah, I spend at least 2 to 3 hours a day trying to keep up with messages alone, let alone posting stuff and inviting more interaction. Do you know what I mean? It's like I just don't got time for it really. So because I have to like catch up with messages in between when I'm doing other things. When I'm supposed to be relaxing or doing something else, I end up sitting there like on my phone. Like the missus is like, "On your phone again?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to catch up with messages," and she's like, "You're always trying to catch up with messages." It's like, I know, because I'm always behind on my messages. Like just, it's just like, just sometimes I just want to cut it all loose, but I can't, because it's my job.
Yeah. I've never charged my phone so much as when I did start selling spiders. I rarely touched my phone. I found it. You'd find it in the fridge and all sorts. I couldn't care less. But as soon as the spider thing kicked in, it just goes off 24/7.
Yeah, I mean that's a good thing though, right? It's good. It's good, really. It's good and it's bad, I suppose.
Yeah,
double-edged sword, isn't it? So.
I hate leaving people hanging. Unlike some people I know, Mitch.
Yeah. Guilty as charged, man. Guilty as charged. You know what? I'm better than I used to be. I used to go through. I often get messages from people like Kelly, Cheeky Mantis, and a couple of other people. I know she was like going through a phase when she first like switched full time to what she's doing, and she was like, "How do you keep up with your messages?" It's like, as I've got more popular and I'm getting a bigger customer base, I'm just getting overwhelmed with messages all the time, and I just can't keep up. And it's like, do you know what? When I first started, because I'm all about customer service, it's always been my number one priority is trying to make sure that people get a good service. Do you know what I mean? And that includes answering messages and helping people through messages and stuff like that. And I always used to make it a thing. It's like, that's the most important thing. I'm always going to reply. I'm going to reply as soon as within the day. I'm going to reply. That was like 10 years ago. Then I moved into a phase where I was like, if I can reply within 24 hours, I'll do that. That's great. I must reply within 24 hours. And then it's like, if I can reply within the week, I'm onto a winner. I'm doing well. The problem is, if you leave it a week, you've already accumulated another 100 messages. Now, I'm like, you know what? I'll just get so far down, and the messages that are like more than 2 weeks old, I just have to cut them off. I have to cut them off at the knee and then start again. And I end up leaving big chunks of messages that just get buried, and I have to just leave them and then start again and try and keep up from the fresh again. And I go through this series of just like, and I'm basically nearly every single message for years now starts off with an apology.
Yeah, funny that like there's a message that Mitch sent me this month actually. Hi mate, so sorry I didn't reply to your previous message. It got completely buried.
That's an automated message.
That's my standard reply.
Yeah.
So sorry I replied to your previous messages. It got buried, and I'm only just catching up. So, Tom's gone. Tom's gone. There you go. Tom's another one who I was apologising to last week for not replying.
It's when you get so big, you see.
To be fair, I'm terrible at replying to messages.
You just have to move on. You can't live in fear of your messages, because otherwise you just end up feeling. You end up with this massive weight on your shoulders all the time. You constantly feel constantly weighed down by the fact that you've got loads of messages to reply to. Yeah. Sometimes you have to just cut them loose and start again. That's my advice to you, Claire.
Well, I made the mistake of starting this off on my personal profile on Facebook. And then I was like, okay, do you know what? I want to be able to post pictures of my kids and stuff. So I don't want all the invert people seeing all that. So I made the Aruna account. The thing is, people message me on Aruna. If I don't reply to them within a couple of hours, they then message me on my other account anyway.
Yeah. It's tough. It's like a work-life balance almost, isn't it? You've almost got like a message work balance thing going on. Like it's tough. It's tough. So you've got all this to come, Jeremy.
Honestly, when I first posted a list, when I got like a few things like personal collection, a couple breeding things I posted a list. My God, for the first hour I was swamped with like 25 messages per list. And I was just copying and pasting. And then they got to a point where I was selling a few things and I was just forgetting that I sold them. So people messaged me like, "Oh, can I get this?" I was like, "Oh shit, I literally just sold that to someone like 10 minutes ago. Sorry, it's not available." They get angry at me. I'm like, "I'm sorry." So why have it on your list then? I was like,
"Yeah,
I'm swamped."
Yeah, it's tough, man. That's what happens when you sell loads of really, really cool things, man. So
I know, because there's a few personal things I was just shifting them on because, just wanting other species and all that. Like, it's fun to keep them, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it was just like, I sell them for a little cheaper than what they actually go for. And that's why people were like, "Oh yeah, I can have that, I can have this." I'm like, it's gone.
Yeah,
Nothing good comes of having a list.
Yeah.
That's right, Mitch.
I'm not looking forward to posting my next list though.
I actually am I'm working on my updated stock list, because I basically always have at least 3 times more stuff available here than what's on the website. People look at my website and think, I haven't really got much else other than mantis, a few tarantula species, a few other bits and pieces. But I've actually got absolutely loads of other things to sell. But I just never have time to keep updating the website. It's just another one of those things I just don't seem to have time for, which is stupid, really, because the website is the shop window, so to speak. You think that would be the priority, do you know what I mean? But keeping bugs alive is my priority, not that's first and foremost. The breeding second, and then obviously selling comes after, you know what I mean? So that's why
there's less bugs to keep alive if you sell them, though.
To give you a hand with the website stock updates.
You what, dude?
It sounds like you need someone to give you a hand with the website stock updates.
Which way is it? That way.
Yeah. If I thought Gav knew the difference between a mouse and a server, I'd ask him to help me. No offense, dude. Gav knows I love him, really. Gav's got other talents.
That's not even an insult.
It's just the truth.
Give me a chisel and a block of wood, and I'll do magic.
I was actually going to come to you.
Carves out his stock list on a piece of wood.
I was actually going to come to you next, Gav, because you've been beavering away with doing whatever it is you're doing, and so been quietly going about his business. So what are you working on right now, Gav? Show us, man. Show us your talents.
Right. So this is the front.
Hang on.
So basically, it'll be a shadow box.
That's pretty cool.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, so that's what it's a lot smaller than I thought it was.
Oh no, there's another one going on.
You've heard that
the bigger one.
No.
Jeremy,
I don't have to flex up with my ball.
Jeremy, do you know what you sound like, Jeremy? You sound like my missus when I show pictures of macro photos.
But that's the one I was talking about.
Yeah. You know when I post fake photos of like jumping spiders and stuff back in the day when I used to do macro photography? And then I'd show the missus like the spider, and she'd be like, "Oh, I thought it was bigger than that. It's massive on TV screen." Anyway, Gav, show us again, dude. Sorry, man. I was being silly.
Gone away now.
I want to see the heart.
It's too late.
What have you made the heart out of, Gav?
Woo, look at that. Lungs.
Oh, lungs.
Awesome, dude.
Do you not pay attention, Claire?
What do you mean? What's
I was laughing. Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I make things out of
wood.
wood.
Slip up.
Oh, I know you make it out of wood. Is that what the heart's made out of as well?
Yeah.
Everything.
Awesome.
That's really cool.
Well, the plastic isn't made out of wood, is it?
Tom's back in the house. Yeah, Gav's a master magician, man. Look at that.
That's awesome.
Oh, wow.
Awesome. There you go. All this awesome, cool stuff. Gav makes all this stuff, man, out of wood. I'm gonna do a feature on Gav, but you don't know this yet. I've been saying it for ages, but I've always got more interesting stuff to talk about. But I'm gonna do a little feature on Gav at some point soon, because he's got so many amazing creations that he makes with his wood in his shed. There we go. What we're looking at.
A bat.
It's
cool. Hang on.
It's probably.
Let me turn my light up. Does that help?
Yeah, very cool. So what we're looking at a bat and a
mouse.
A rat.
Is it a rat?
Rat.
Yeah.
Bloody sheets.
Bloody sheets.
Yeah, because the other side is that, isn't it?
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. Awesome.
Really cool.
There you go. That's just that's the latest. That's the latest thing, is it, Gav? Because you've usually always got like 4 or 5 things on the go at once, haven't you? Really. So.
Yeah.
Oh no, Andy's in the house.
What's happening now?
Yeah. There you go.
They have.
Pumpkin.
What else have we got?
Joffy, how's it going, my friend? You all right, buddy? There we go, another skull.
Kind of make skulls.
Ooh, look at that.
Do you make these for your enclosures, Gav?
I do make some stuff for my enclosures.
That's cool.
I
guess you have to seal it and stuff, do you, to put it in them?
Yeah, you can use Gorilla Glue. Do a really good glue. That's kind of like a gel glue, but once it's set and cured, it's safe to use. Also pond sealer as well. But I had this in an enclosure.
That's cool.
It were a full. I took the enclosure apart because my GBB matured.
Yes, got a male GBB here, Ian, any use?
Oh no, that was a different one. That was another one.
Oh right.
I got a female, but she's only a little one.
So that was the backdrop.
Oh, nice.
That's cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Old school fairground stuff.
He's a clown. Ebbs, look away from the camera. Right, screen even.
Oh,
He's not here yet. I don't know where he is.
He should be down there.
I'll look for him, and then you can tell Ebbs again in a minute.
All right, lost him. He run away.
Oh, he's here.
Ah, go and found him. And then this is the clown that went with it.
I love it.
That is horrible.
That's actually called Mr. Grindley.
It's terrifying.
Grindley,
oh yeah, Grindler. It's Jaden's birthday today, isn't it?
It is,
Happy
yeah.
birthday, Jaden. I know you're not watching, but happy birthday to Jaden.
Oh, he's here.
How old is he? About 19.
27.
Now we love Jaden, man.
Is that the dude with the green hair?
Yeah. So there we go. There we go. What's Gav join us now? There we go. It's
all painted up now.
It's a B. Is yeah. Hang on.
Mendicant?
That's the B Mendica, right? Yeah.
No.
No, that's the. Oh, it's got the same markings as a B Mendica. Oh, it's the.
Go on.
I've forgotten.
It's not something that's like in the hobby, as such.
No.
Oh.
Humberdila.
Humberdila. It's because it's got the Empusidae raptoral markings on the inside. You know, you've gone with the pink with the white dots.
Yes.
It's got the Empusidae markings, hasn't it? So, yes, it's the Humperdinckering that you've gone for. Yeah. Now, man.
Yeah, it's like a bark mantis or moss mantis.
Yeah. Theopompa. Yeah, awesome. We're gonna do. I think we're gonna do a big feature at some point, Gav. When you're ready, when you've got some, when you're ready to showcase all your stuff. Hopefully, there's gonna be. Hopefully, there'll be some stuff. We'll be taking some stuff to shows at some point. Hopefully, Gav, isn't that right, my friend? As soon as we get our heads together and get it sorted out. Let's get it sorted.
Yeah, going to Bristol next month.
Got so much awesome stuff now, man.
We are, yes.
Yeah.
Bristol.
Yes. Let me. Hang on. Yes, we're going to Bristol. Who's going to Bristol then?
Train journey was awful. I can't do it again.
Yeah, we're staying over the night. So.
Yeah, cool. Gab don't know this, but we're not staying over. I'm making him get up at 3 in the morning, and we're gonna drive there.
Get up at 3 in the morning. I'll still be awake at 3 in the morning.
Just doing all night.
Way down.
It's Bristol and Bedford. It's before COVID struck, when I was doing this on my by myself. It's basically setting off at a ridiculous o'clock, like 5 o'clock or something ridiculous, maybe even earlier. And it's about a 3 3/4 drive for us from here. So
yeah,
that's a bit one day. We're going to drive all the way to Bristol, man, about 3.5 to 3 hours, 45 minutes. Set up, have a holiday trading, pack up, drive all the way home. By the way, Gav doesn't drive. I'll be doing all the driving. But it's your job, Gav, to make sure that I don't fall asleep at the wheel. That's your one job. And it doesn't include giving me wedges all the way. Giving me wet willies all the way.
Just keep a hogner in your beard. It'll just keep you awake, just crawling through your beard.
So yeah, we. That's going to be one hell of a day. That is, my friend. That is, isn't it, buddy?
Well, for that, Bristol's a good show. Bristol's a really good show.
But it's a big show. Bristol's a big show. So
do you come down to the Brighton shows?
Yeah. Doing them all, man. Doing them all. We may stay overnight at Brighton though, because that is a little bit too far. I don't know yet. I don't know. Depends. I might just get a quarter of amphetamines and just like doing all Try that, YouTube. Sorry, YouTube. I'm not going to do that.
You're going to get us all banned from YouTube now.
All channels taken
Pro Plus. Pro Plus, that's what I meant to say.
And a Red Bull.
Pro Plus don't even touch size, dude.
20 cans of Red Bull. And...
Are you going to... you and Ben are doing Bristol, aren't you, Jeremy?
Bedford.
Oh, Bedford. That's the one. Yeah, you're doing Bedford.
Might do Brighton. It will depend on how well Bedford goes.
Right. You mean it depends whether you've got any stock left?
Yeah. Well, and then how the day goes and everything,
Yeah.
We'll see how the table does and whether or not I'll keep pursuing it. Bedford's the decider of whether or not I'll pursue it. Because so far, it's
maybe you can judge it on one show, though. I think each show's different, though.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you really shouldn't make a decision based on one show, Jeremy.
Oh no, I mean like selling at the shows. Like obviously I'll still continue everything, but it's like
No,
the
yeah, but that's
shows,
what I meant. No, I knew. God, I knew you weren't going to just jack in. Jack the whole thing in. I'm gonna.
I don't sell anything. I'm selling the whole collection now.
I've not had a good show, therefore I've completely lost interest in inverts.
I can have my bedroom back.
No, man. But you really shouldn't judge whether or not you're going to do the. It's all about overheads, isn't it? At the end of the day,
Yeah.
It's whether or not
it's only because it's hard for me to get to the shows and stuff. Because like Bedford's the closest one for drive wise. Obviously, because I'm on my own, I don't drive myself, so relying on friends and stuff like that to get there, or my dad. So Bedford, yeah, we'll see. We'll just see how it goes. But
all right, let's just.
I'm hoping Bedford goes. Yeah.
Let's just leave it to that. Bedford's a good show as well. It's not. I can't remember it being as big as Bristol, but it's still quite a good show.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it last year, actually.
I didn't make Bedford. I'm not making it. I can't make it this year either, sadly.
Yeah,
I think it was a lot quieter because during there was the whole fuel crisis, wasn't it? Like,
yeah, it was that pretty much that day, wasn't it? It was.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
No fuel, no one's going. Still busy.
Fuel's going to be fuel. So
I've never been to a single show.
Oh my god!
Oh, you're missing out.
Oh my god!
You need to go. They're great.
I want to go to all of them. I moaned the whole weekend that they're on that nobody's taking me.
So Jeremy doesn't drive. He relies on his dad. Claire says she don't go to shows because nobody's going to take her. What the heck?
No, I can't because the little one. But I moaned to my husband, "You're not taking me to the show. You don't love me." And he's like, "I would if I could." And I'm like, "Oh, it's not good enough." And then I'll be on the phone to Spooky Dukes, and I'm saying to Dawn, leave all 4 of your kids with your fella. Come and get me. We're going on a road trip. And she's like, "Yeah, great idea. And we'll plan it." And then it comes, and it's like one of the kids is doing something, one of the kids are doing something else. But Brighton is 20 minutes up the road. I will walk there if I have to.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know you're down there somewhere, so you should definitely try and make Brighton. Brighton's quite a big one as well, so
Brighton's a good show. Yeah.
So you should definitely go if you can. Absolutely.
It's not about travel and stuff like that. My little man, I can't leave him, but I can't take him either. So
I get it, man. I get it. It's life, isn't it? Life, man. You'll get there, Claire. You'll get there.
I like watching all the videos of what everyone bought. I'd be like, ooh, do you know what? I'd be so dangerous there anyway. I'd have to remortgage, like seriously.
Yeah, I'll leave the credit card at home.
I would be awful.
Yeah, I think everyone kind of almost gets the old credit card out when they go to shows, don't they? So
because Gav, what have I been saying for months and months, Gav? I won't ever own a tea. No way. I got a new one yesterday. There's like 5 up on there now. I'm terrified of them, and they're like centimetre big. But I have them.
See you later, Sam. Sam, next time, my friend, you we'll have you on, man. You'll have to come up and say hello and tell us what's going on, because I know Sam's just moved and got a whole new bug room going on and got all sorts of stuff going on. So we'll have to have you on, Sam, next time we do one of these chill sessions, and you can tell us all about your projects and stuff that's going on, dude. But thanks for tuning in, Sam. Thank you so much, my friend. Take care, man. See you later. Hope to see you at Bristol. Go to Bristol, man. I know Sam likes his shows, doesn't he? So I'm sure he'll make it there if he can. So
what is the biggest show then?
Well, BTS obviously, and then after that you've got. People don't tend to talk about the IHS shows in terms of the invert shows, because obviously traditionally it's a reptile show, but if you're just talking about actual numbers, bodies through the door, the IHS show, especially the June and September shows, they are absolutely rammed. You can have anything up to like 5,000-6,000 people through the door, which is a lot.
Wow.
So they are huge shows, but obviously it's about 60 to 70% non-invert. It's kind of, it's mainly reptiles, but there's still, because there's so many tables there, it evens itself out. So even though you've maybe only got 25 to 35% invert people, at that reptile show, because there's so many tables there, it equates to a higher number of invert tables than what you might think. So that one is definitely one of the bigger shows. And then obviously all the invert shows. I think maybe Bristol and Brighton, Ian. What do you reckon?
Bristol is probably the biggest invert show. You've got the Southeast of Acne show, the Invicta show.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
That's quite a large show. That's generally that's at the Ashford International Hotel. It's in 3 different rooms, so that's quite a large show.
What, as in Ashford, Kent?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's usually the last January, the last Sunday in January. Sorry.
Yeah, that's like the first show of the year. That one.
Yeah, first show of the year. Yeah,
that was a good show this year.
Yeah.
So how do keepers find it? Like selling the inverts at these like winter shows, how do people go about keeping them all alive and warm and
there's this thing in the invert world that we call heat mats, Claire. I don't know if you're familiar with such technology. But no, seriously, I have these huge heat mats. They're like this. They're like, well, you can't see how big that is. But I have like 90 to 120 centimeter like heat mats. Really long ones. And I have about 6 of those over the tables, and then I put them on. You make sure you get power at whatever show it is you're going to, and then you can just plug them all in. So that's what I do during the winter months. I just put them on heat mats. Not everything.
I was just thinking, like, if people are driving like 3 hours from wherever to get to these shows with all these inverts, and then people buying them and walking around with them in the middle of winter, it's like
Well, you've got the poly boxes. You can keep them warm in the poly boxes.
I've got a big poly box that I'll take all mine in, keep them in there. Like if we're staying in a hotel, I'll take them in the room.
Yeah.
So do the hotels let you take all the inverts into the hotel?
Oh yeah, you should have seen the BTS, like Spider Shop, Portsmouth, all unloading.
Spider Shop rolled up.
You see them going back and forth with massive poly boxes. It was hilarious.
No way.
Yeah. And people were like trading inverts downstairs.
You have to be a little bit careful because some hoteliers can be a little bit funny about that.
It happened to Claire, didn't it? Not Claire, Kelly.
It happened to Kelly. I was just about to say it happened to Kelly at the that was the Northern show, wasn't it? I think she'd booked to stay in a.
Yeah.
I think it was the Northern show. She'd booked to stay in a hotel, and when she turned up and she tried to walk in with all her inverts, they basically just said, "You're not coming in here with that lot." So she had to basically I think she had to go and find somewhere else there and then. I think so.
No way.
Yeah, so that worked a very good start to the old thing. Do you know what? I don't tell them.
No, that's the best thing to do, isn't it?
Happens. I rock up, and because everything's already in everything's in polystyrene boxes or whatever, I just say, can I bring these into my hotel room? It's quite high end stuff. I don't want to leave it in the van. I don't tell them what it is. I just say it's expensive stuff that I'm selling at a show. I don't want to leave it in the van. Can I put it in? And they don't ask.
Photography,
I've never once had anybody ask.
People don't. They won't care enough. They'll just be like, just go.
I won't even bother asking. I just rolled in, just checked in, got my bag off, went back to the car, picked the box up, and took it up to my room. It's like,
as long as as long as you're not having strangers coming and going to the hotel room all night long, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Doing sales from hotel room.
That's what they said about the Spider Shop. Yeah,
he was doing that in Sam's room at the BTS because he took a load with him to sell, and like there's Scott and Danielle from Portsmouth Tarantulas. There's me and a few other people up there looking at all the spiders he brought to sell. It was quite funny, actually.
So yeah.
Oh, Sam was so funny that night.
Yeah.
Gav's gone. So Tom, are you got any ambitions to do any shows or anything? Have you been to any? You've been to shows?
I've not been to a single show yet.
Wow. Another
you know what? I tried late on, the Barnsley one that happened over a month.
Yeah.
I tried late, try to just get a table. Thought, I'll just do it. Why not? No, I couldn't get a table. But other than Doncaster, they're all a little bit far away, aren't they, from us? A lot of them are down south, but it's quite a bit, it's a bit of a distance. And plus, like most times, I'm working Saturdays and things like that, so it'd be an absolute pain in the ass. But I really want to do a show. I really want to. I've got enough isopods for it. I'll tell you that. Enough isopods and cockroach. I've still got. There's one thing I still need to do. Like I can't remember when you came around my house and had that one tub, massive tub for dubia roaches.
Yeah.
I've got 3 tubs of them now, and one of them I've just like held on to for a full year. Started off with like a kilogram of dubia roaches, and I touched it for a full year. Just pulled out a few like mature males for my own,
Yeah.
I need to split that because it's absolutely rammed, and that is something I've been trying to do. I said May, start of May. After I get back from my holiday, I am going to put them up for sale, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I haven't got even near doing that yet.
Yeah.
Mental.
I know.
I've got a ridiculous amount of them. It's like, everything else takes ages to feed, but they like you put like a bag of carrots in and they're gone next day. Just destroy everything.
You know what? Just stop feeding them, dude.
Use them as feeders. There you go. It's like a couple of years of free life food there.
Good
luck with that one, Francis.
Well, they'll stop breeding.
No, I don't have any micro red runners at the minute.
Nobody has micro red runners, Francis. You've got no chance to. Nobody sells micro red runners because nobody wants to. Not everybody wants to keep their micros.
Yeah.
So I'll find it impossible to get micro red runners. So
they're worth as much as gold weight on weight.
They are. They really are. So yeah, Tom, I think you're gonna have to pick your battle then, mate. Maybe like plan ahead and maybe do the Northern show next year. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, I think so.
It's only up the road, isn't it? It's only 25.
Yeah, exactly. And I've got enough stuff now. Honestly, I've got shitloads.
Yeah.
I just probably like you. I sit on most of it and just like, it doesn't matter if I don't sell it. Like emerald roaches, I think I've got about 200 or 300 of them in it now.
I want some so bad.
Don't tell anyone, Tom, because I'm having most of those.
Don't let him near them. He takes them all.
No. He'll take them all. And he'll say he'll sell them. He'll be like, no, I'll think about it. That's what he said. I'll think about it.
I'm keeping them. It's flat out. I'm keeping them.
Yeah, I've got loads of them.
We have to go, Mitch, because we've got a few things going on with roaches.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we've got quite a few species of roaches now. We do. So we're just going to get these emeralds because let's face it, they're just such a stunning species.
They are, aren't they?
We've got to get those back in stock. So I think I'm just going to get like a couple of colonies worth, and then I think I'm going to let Gav have a colony, and I'm going to have a colony, and we'll just grow them up.
You've always got mine if you need to.
just going to grow them up for a few generations, just keep them. Same as
my luck was terrible with them. I got a group of 5, and it ended up being 4 mature males, and the female I had dropped dead at sub-adult. I was like, okay.
Yeah, we can't do it with just 5. You need to actually get.
I know. This is like when I was like first, I was very small collection at the time, so I was like, oh yeah, I'll grab 5 and see how they go. It was like the most expensive thing I bought, and I was just like, oh, wings. Oh, that one might be up there.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's 35 quid there already, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh.
I bet you got
35 quid is.
Yeah, that was my problem. Like when I started with a small colony, I think I started with 10. But then I had loads of mature females and no males. So I was like stuck and I was looking for males forever and no one had any males. And I thought, next time I can get some, I'm just going to get load. And I think I got about 300 off this guy. Like, yeah, that'll do. That'll do. So now I've just got a nice big colony and I'm hoping to keep it that way. So I've always got males and I've always got females.
Yeah. I would never start with less than 30 to 40. I don't think that would be my starting. That's my starting number. I remember when Tony had them a few years ago. Last time I had them, and I just bought he was selling them in 5 for 35 quid. I just bought as many as I could get, even though it cost an absolute fortune. There was just no point in buying anything less than 15 or 20, just for that reason that you said, Jeremy. You either the males just come and go like that. The females just take forever. So you need to get 3 or 4 colonies that are all different, varying in sizes, don't you? Really, just to make sure you've got something. Eventually, you get a mate. So Andy's off. Andy, I'm see you later, my friend. I've just realised I think you were the one of those that I missed saying hello to. So hello and goodbye. Nice to see you, dude. Thanks so much. Say hello to Kaylee for me. Right then. So, what? So I'm just thinking about the shows again. It's basically Doncaster is in a week on Sunday. So I think we've got some preparation to do, Gav. Got a bit to do. So yeah, it will be nice if you come and say hello, Jeremy. That would be good.
I'll definitely try and come up. It's a high chance I will be going, but on the off chance that. But I'll definitely see. Hopefully.
You have to avoid them shoes.
Yeah. Anybody else in the chat going to the shows?
Yeah.
Who's going to the shows? Anybody going to Doncaster? Come and say hello if you are. Anybody else? So it looks like so Sidex says he did get 1,000 micros recently. I wonder how much they cost. I bet they weren't cheap.
That were on mute then. What I was saying while I were on mute is that I might even take a couple of wooden bugs with me.
Oh, is that to Doncaster? Whoa, there we go. You heard it here first, man. Maybe decide what you're going to take and see if anybody...
Maybe I'll just keep them all.
Just keep them all, dude. Just keep them all. But unlike the real life things, if you keep them all you'll do is clutter your house up and they'll make no money whatsoever.
Yeah. Hobby.
There you go, 35 quid posted. That's actually, that's about right, actually. That's about right. I'm curious as to know where he got those from, actually. So I've not been able to get any for a while. But to be honest, I've stopped using micros now. I just use small. I don't really have a need for micros anymore. Because the thing is, micros are so small, they're actually not that much bigger than D Heidi. So you may as well just use Drosophila.
Yeah, that's actually true, yeah.
Micros are that tiny, it's it's almost pointless, really. So yeah.
I've been doing my own cultures for a while of the Heidi fruit flies. It saves me a fortune, absolute fortune.
How are you getting on with that? Are you able to? Are you culturing all right? You're not.
Yeah, I've got too many.
Too easy.
It is too easy.
Have you got your own secret recipe, Claire, or do you buy in like the fly medium?
No, I make it myself. I followed a recipe online originally, and then I just kind of tweaked it as I went. These are just new ones that I've set up today.
Yeah, cool.
But I've got like.
Do you sprinkle anything over the media, like activated yeast or anything like that?
I put easy bake yeast in.
Yeah.
I actually put it in it and mix it up, and then it bubbles up a little bit, and I let it settle before.
Yeah.
I use coffee filters as for them to climb on.
Yeah.
A couple rolled up, and the high-dye ones they actually eat it.
Okay.
Oh.
And they lay like mad on it. They absolutely love it. So when it goes all flat like that, I normally stick a couple of new ones in so they've got something to latch onto. But yeah, they go absolutely mad for it.
Cool.
And I've started leaving a culture slightly open that hasn't got any flies in it on the side next to these because they're starting their own cultures, all the escapees. They all go in it. But yeah, I make like today I've made 3 of the black ones and 3 of the little ones.
Yeah.
Oh, those little ones are a nightmare.
The Turkish gliders.
Yeah, I don't use those. I don't use those. I don't like them. They're too active. They're too glidey.
Yeah, I stick them in the freezer and they literally come back to life straight away. They are mental. They just go pew pew pew. I got sent some by accident.
Yeah.
No, they're great for the David Bowies though. They love them.
Yeah. You're Jeremy.
The Melon They're great for the David Bowie slings. They love them. They'll just chase them down. It's great watching them eat.
I mean, you know what? Fruit flies are like the best thing ever, really. I know a lot of people hate them, but you know, if you breed and you hatch out a lot of like either slings or mantis or anything, you know, like that, you just can't you can't function without fruit flies. Fruit flies are the foundation
You
of.
can leave them in the enclosure; they won't harm the sling. Like if they die, they can scavenge them. Like it's just the perfect feed.
Flies are great, full stop. For that very reason, they don't bite. They don't, you know. Obviously, all you have to be careful of if you've is like if something's going to molt, and you've got a blue bottle buzzing around, then obviously you've got to be a bit careful. But
you don't have to worry with the fruit flies, though.
Other than that, you know, you can't beat flies really. Flies and turkey stands are they're my foundation. They're my bedrock of feeders. Turkey stands and flies. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I feed everything on. Just about everything I have, ranging from mantis right through to scorpions and everything in between. Just about everything gets fed on turkey stands and flies, pretty much.
I've been turning the casters myself now. So buying the maggots in and turning into casters and then selling them on.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are selling the casters that they've been left in the fridge far too long and they're just not hatching for anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't advise anybody to buy casters full stop. To be honest, it's, you know, there's just too much. Unless you're buying them from someone like, you know, yourself, who you know have not kept them in the fridge, and you know if it's somebody you know and you know they're reliable and you know that they're hatching them, developing them in the proper way, and not just sticking them in the fridge once they've turned. You know what I mean? Sort of thing.
Yeah.
If you know, then that's fine. But if it's an unknown source, there's just no point in buying. There's just no point in buying casters. Because
there's one for you, Mitch. We had this conversation, didn't we?
Yeah. So they're basically. I don't really want to get into it right now. There's quite a lot of heavy genetics behind the real kind of theory of it.
You start by snipping the wings, and then over generations they don't grow back.
It's basically all about how they're genetically modified in order to not fly. Basically, obviously, flightless fruit flies have wings, but they're genetically modified to not be able to fly. So the gene that's been modified in order to prevent the flies from flying, after a few generations of inbreeding, they will eventually the DNA, the original DNA of the fly, which has the ability to fly, takes over the genetic coding that has been implemented in order to prevent them from flying. That's about as simple as I can make it, really. There is a whole genetics lesson behind that, which is maybe something I'll cover, Gav, at some point. I'll dig out my old textbooks. But no, they are basically genetically modified. The flies have the DNA within them still in order to fly, but they are modified so that those genes are silenced to prevent the fly from being able to fly. That modification is only a temporary modification that only lasts 1 or 2 generations. So eventually, once that modification is basically bred out, it's kicked out of the DNA of the fly, because it's only a temporary insertion of the gene that blocks the ability of the fly to fly. Once that's bred out over a couple of generations, that gene is lost, and then the DNA that was originally silenced is able to express the protein that allows the fly to fly. That's basically it.
That's quite interesting.
That's about as simply as I can put it. But that's basically it. No, I hope that's the basic premise anyway, Peter. So there you go.
This is what me and Mitch talk about when I'm streaming.
So
it is, honestly.
So there you go. I actually did an undergraduate module degree on. I did a project on flightless fruit flies. So that's from a previous life, basically. So yeah. But yeah, it's very cool. It's very, very cool. And fruit flies are used widespread. They're one of the original genetic experiments dating way back, dating hundreds of years, basically, when they first started crossbreeding flies to understand the genes involved in what gave certain flies red eyes and what some flies had white eyes, and they used to crossbreed in order to work out what genes were involved. And that's when they first realized that a single gene was involved in eye color and things like that. That's when geneticists first started trying to understand what gave us our characteristics before we even knew genes existed as genes. So fruit flies.
Before the 501s, yeah.
501.
Before the Lee Coopers.
Stuff, denim, all that. Before them days. Anyway, enough of that. Because once I start, I don't shut up. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, Peter, that's the bottom line. So it's all very cool stuff, to be honest.
Interesting.
So there you go. Anyway, Ian, we're going to wrap things up soon because it's 11:15, and I know people have got jobs, real jobs, not like me and Gav who just sit around feeding bugs all day.
Oh, the dream, man, the dream.
So yeah, so Ian, yeah, your shed, man, it's looking good, my friend, looking good.
It's getting there, mate. It's getting there. I've still got a little bit to finish, but it's nearly done. But the problem is I've got into keeping other animals as well now, so which need bigger enclosures.
So you need
a bigger shed.
Yeah.
We all need another shed, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I've got no room in the garden for another one. She'll kill me if I put another one in there. So yeah. So
to build a floor up.
Yeah, might have to
just build a new house, isn't it? Cut the roof off, put a little ladder.
Yeah, man. Put another level on your shed, please.
Yeah, could do. Yeah. No, but yeah. Got a few. Well, picking my new run up on Sunday this week. This Sunday coming. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Excellent. Exciting stuff, man.
Yeah, no, it's really good. Yeah, but I'll show you a couple, but I fed them today, so I can't really.
No, we'll do that.
So.
I'll tell you what we're gonna do. I'll tell you what we're gonna do, Ian. We're gonna do that thing that we talked about before because I know you're interested in getting yourself a mantis. So
yes,
obviously I'm gonna set you up with a mantis, an enclosure, and we're gonna do step by step. So I thought what we'd do is obviously I'll contact you at some point soon, maybe after the Doncaster show once I've things have settled down a bit. And I thought I'd do one of my Wednesday things where I do the Mitch's kind of workshop sort of thing. I thought I'd do like a beginner's thing where me and you on the stream, and we'll just talk through. I've sent you the mantis, I've sent you the enclosure, and you can like put your enclosure together, and you can make it all look nice. And then we can talk about how you get your mantis, what you do next, and we'll just go through the basics. All the simple stuff. Because I don't think you've ever had a mantis before, have you?
No, I've never kept them before. I've looked after them in the shop that I work in, but I've never actually had any for myself. So yeah, I'm quite excited about that.
Yeah, cool. So so we'll do
the jumping spider as well.
Yeah, jumping spider, because I owe you a jumping spider, don't I?
Yeah.
In fact, I think I owe most people in this stream something. I owe I owe Ian a jumping spider. I owe Claire a mystery sling, and do I owe you a £25 gift card as well? Can't remember now.
It changes how much you owe me every time. I'm just going to keep listening until it gets to the highest.
Yeah, £50.
I've got it written down somewhere. And I know I owe Jeremy a £35 mystery card as well, a gift card as well, don't I, Jeremy? I was going to message you, Jeremy. I thought what I'd do is I'd get you to send me a list of everything that you've got, and then if I can possibly send you something as a mystery that you don't have, I'll try and do that.
Yeah. It's going to be a long list.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's not going to work, is it? Because, who wants to sit down and write out everything they've got? So, I don't know. I'll tell you what I'll do. because I can't remember, was it supposed to be like a mystery box or is it just a gift card? Because then I can I'll just send a list and you can just pick what you want then.
Could do a mystery. Honestly, I'm happy with a mystery box. Maybe I could pick up a Donny. just go over that. Yeah. Close my eyes. Take that one.
Yeah, that would. I've already got somebody lined up for that. Somebody wanted a mystery box and they were like, "I'll come to Donny and get the mystery box." It's like, well, I'm like one of the few people who actually don't do mystery boxes still at the shows. Mainly just because I just don't have time to make up mystery boxes before I go to the show. So she was like, "Yeah, I'll just do you one on the day." So yeah, it's not really going to be.
That's what some of them do. I saw reports from tarantulas at one of the shows. They didn't take any, and someone was like, "I can make you one up." Like, so they said, "Go away for half hour. We'll put
exactly
things in."
Yeah, could do that. So actually, we could do that, Gal, if I don't have time, because I want to, because I know they're really popular, and I know they do sell. I've always seen people coming back making YouTube videos about the mystery boxes that they picked up from shows.
Yeah.
So I know that they're really, really popular, but if
they just come to you, ask you, and then you can say,
"Yeah, you don't even need to use a box. You could just have like a brown bag and just put them in a brown bag."
Yeah, I was just thinking I could just make up a sign saying mystery boxes. Just ask if you want a mystery box, and then we can just do them to order, sort of thing.
A lucky dip.
Yeah, well, Rad does like a lucky dip, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got a big wheel, hasn't he? Yeah.
He's got that whole big wheel thing going on, and he does. Yeah. He just has a load of things in a pot, doesn't he? Like all different slings and stuff. And I think he puts like one that's worth like a really, really like high end sort of thing.
Yeah, like a Caledonia or something.
Yeah,
like that.
he always puts like one in just to tempt me, because I think people have started doing that now as well, haven't they? I think Lee started doing that. It's like, no, actually, because Lee made that funny comment, didn't he? I can't remember who it was now. I think Rad was doing this thing where he was like, there's all these mystery boxes, and in 3 of the mystery boxes, there's like a Willy Wonka's golden ticket sort of thing. And if you win that ticket, you'll not only get your mystery box, but you'll also win like a £50 gift card or something like that. And then Lee made this post afterwards, basically saying, "Yeah, we're not doing Willy Wonka gold card giveaways, but we are giving away shades in every single mystery box."
That was so funny.
Yeah.
He gave a few people at the show. Yeah, I've got 2.
So yeah, maybe we'll have to start doing something like that. I don't know. So I think we might wrap things up.
Yeah.
I think it's getting on for 11:20. I think we're going to do that. I think I feel a bit guilty because I feel like we've been ignoring people in the chat a little bit, haven't we? This always happens. Well, they always talk amongst themselves anyway, I think, don't they? They tend to enjoy themselves, all that stuff. So I think we'll do that. So Rocky's off. See you later, Rocky. Thanks so much for tuning in. Right, I think we're going to wrap things up. So I just want to say thank you to Jeremy, Claire, Ian, and Tom. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you very much.
No, thank you. I think I'm going to do these little things like every now and again, just because sometimes, even though I want to do a stream, I don't always have time to prepare the sort of thing that I want to do. Like when I'm doing, I'm always trying to do something, but sometimes it takes ages to get everything ready and stuff. So this is like my little kind of like cop out thing. So every now and again I'll do these. So expect random like messages every now and again from people saying, "Do you want to come on? We'll just have a chat and stuff like that." So yeah. So thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. I hope it's been all right. And I'm not going to do a big see you to everybody by myself. I'm just going to say see you. We're all just going to say see you together, and then I'm going to end it.
Yeah, that's all good.
So thank you so much to everyone in the chat. Thank you, guys. It's been great, and I really appreciate obviously everyone coming in and saying hello. I'm sorry that we haven't chatted too much to you guys in the chat, but thank you so much. I'm going to go. So thank you and good night. Thank you to you guys.
Catch you later. Bye.
Bye.